most gracious, most merciful. By those who range themselves in ranks, those who so are strong in repelling evil, those who thus proclaim the message of Allah. Verily, verily, your God is one, Lord of the heavens and of the earth and all between them, and Lord of every point at the rising of the sun. We have indeed decked the lower heaven with beauty in the stars. For beauty and for guard against all obstinate rebellious Satans, so they should not listen their ears in the direction of the exalted assembly, and they are cast away from every side, repulsed, and for them is a perpetual chastisement, except such as snatch away something by stealth, and they are pursued by a flaming fire of piercing brightness. Just ask their opinion. Are they the more difficult to create, or the other beings we have created? Them have we created out of a sticky clay. Truly dost thou marvel while they ridicule, and when they are admonished pay no heed. And when they see a sign, turn it to mockery, and say, "This is nothing but evident sorcery." What, when we die and become dust and bones, shall we then be raised up again? And also our fathers of old? Say thou, Yea, and ye shall then be humiliated on account of your evil. Then it will be a single compelling cry, and behold, they will begin to see. They will say, "Ah, woe to us! This is the day of judgment." A voice will say, "This is the day of sorting out, whose truth ye once denied." "Bring ye up," it shall be said, "the wrongdoers and their wives and the things they worshipped, besides Allah, and lead them to the way to the fierce fire. But stop them, for they must be asked. What is the matter with you that ye help not each other? Nay, but that day they shall submit to judgment, and they will turn to one another, and question one another. And they will say, "It was ye who used to come to us from the right hand." They will reply, "Nay, ye yourselves had no faith, nor had we any authority over you. Nay, it was ye who were a people in obstinate rebellion." So now has been proved true against us the word of our Lord that we shall indeed have to taste the punishment of our sins. We led you astray, for truly we were ourselves astray. Truly that day they will all share in the chastisement. Verily, that is how we shall deal with sinners. For they, when they were told that there is no God except Allah, would puff themselves up with pride. And say, "What, shall we give up our gods for the sake of a poet possessed?" Nay, he has come with the very truth, and he confirms the message of the messengers before him. Ye shall indeed taste of the grievous chastisement. And you are requited naught save what ye did. But the chosen servants of Allah, for them is a sustenance determined. Fruits, and they shall enjoy honour and dignity in gardens of delight, facing each other on raised couches. Round will be passed to them a cup from a clear flowing fountain, crystal white, of a taste delicious to those who drink thereof, free from headiness, nor will they suffer intoxication therefrom. And besides them will be chaste women, restraining their glances, with big eyes of wonder and beauty, as if they were delicate eggs closely guarded. Then they will turn to one another and question one another. One of them will say, I had an intimate companion on the earth who used to say, Do you really believe? When we die and become dust and bones, shall we indeed receive rewards and punishments? He said, Would ye like to look down? He looked down and saw him in the midst of the fire. He said, By Allah, thou wast little short of bringing me to perdition. Had it not been for the grace of my Lord, I should certainly have been among those brought there. Is it the case that we shall not die, except our first death, and that we shall not be punished? Verily, this is the supreme triumph. For the like of this let all strive, who wish to strive. Is that the better entertainment, or the tree of Zakum? For we have truly made it as a trial for the wrongdoers. For it is a tree that springs out of the bottom of hellfire. The shoots of its fruit-like stalks are like the heads of devils. Truly they will eat thereof and fill their bellies therewith. Then on top of that they will be given a mixture made of boiling water. Then shall their return be to the blazing fire. Truly they found their fathers on the wrong path. So they too were rushed down on their footsteps. And truly before them many of the ancients went astray. But we sent aforetime among them warners. Then see what was the end of those who were warned. Except the chosen servants of Allah. In the days of old, Noah cried to us, and we are the best to hear prayer. And we delivered him and his people from the great calamity, and made his progeny to endure on this earth. And we left this blessing for him among generations to come in later times. Peace and salutation to Noah among the nations. Thus indeed do we reward those who do right. For he was one of our believing servants. Then the rest we overwhelmed in the flood. Verily from his party was Abraham. Behold, he approached his Lord with a sound heart. Behold, he said to his father and to his people, What is that which ye worship? Is it a falsehood, gods other than Allah, that ye desire? Then what is your idea about the Lord of the worlds? Then did he cast a glance at the stars. And he said, I am indeed sick at heart. So they turned away from him and departed. Then did he turn to their gods and said, Will ye not eat of the offerings before you? What is the matter with you that ye speak not? Then did he turn upon them, striking them with the right hand. Then came the worshippers with hurried steps to him. He said, Worship ye that which ye have yourselves carved. But Allah has created you and your handwork. They said, Build him a furnace and throw him into the blazing fire. This failing, they then plotted against him. But we made them the ones most humiliated. He said, I will go to my Lord, he will surely guide me. O my Lord, grant me a righteous son. So we gave him the good news of a forbearing son. Then, when the son reached the age of serious work with him, he said, O my son, I have seen in a vision that I offer thee in sacrifice. Now see what is thy view. The son said, O my father, do as thou art commanded. Thou wilt find me, if Allah so wills, one of the steadfast. So when they had both submitted to Allah, and he had laid him prostrate on his forehead for the sacrifice, we called out to him, O Abraham! Thou hast already fulfilled the vision. Thus indeed do we reward those who do right. For this was a clear trial. And we ransomed him with a momentous sacrifice. And we left for him among generations to come in later times. Peace and salutation to Abraham. Thus indeed do we reward those who do right. For he was one of our believing servants. And we gave him the good news of Isaac, a prophet, one of the righteous. We blessed him and Isaac, but of their progeny are some that do right, and some that obviously do wrong to themselves. Again of old we bestowed our favour on Moses and Aaron. and we delivered them and their people from their great distress. And we helped them so they were victorious. And we gave them the book which helps to make things clear. And we guided them to the straight way. And we left for them among generations to come in later times peace and salutation to Moses and Aaron. Thus indeed do we reward those who do right. For they were two of our believing servants. So also was Elias among those sent by us. Behold, he said to his people, Will ye not fear Allah? Will ye call upon Baal and forsake the best of creators? Allah, your Lord and Cherisher, and the Lord and Cherisher of your fathers of old. But they rejected him, and they will certainly be called up for punishment, except the chosen servants of Allah among them. And we left for him among generations to come in later times peace and salutation to such as Elias. Thus indeed do we reward those who do right. For he was one of our believing servants. So also was Lut among those sent by us. Behold, we delivered him and his adherents, all except an old woman who was among those who lagged behind. Then we destroyed the rest. Verily, ye pass by their sights by day, and by night. Will ye not understand? So also was Jonah among those sent by us. When he ran away like a slave from captivity to the ship fully laden, he agreed to cast lots, and he was of the rebutted. Then the big fish did swallow him, and he had done acts worthy of blame, had it not been that he repented and glorified Allah. He would certainly have remained inside the fish till the day of resurrection. But we cast him forth on the naked shore in a state of sickness. And we caused to grow over him a spreading plant of the gourd kind. And we sent him on a mission to 100,000 men or more. And they believed, so we permitted them to enjoy their life for a while. Now ask them their opinion. Is it that thy Lord has only daughters, and they have sons? Or that we created the angels female, and they are witnesses thereto? Behold, they say out of their own invention, Allah has begotten children. But they are liars. Did he then choose daughters rather than sons? What is the matter with you? How judge ye? Will ye not then receive admonition, or have ye an authority manifest? Then bring ye your book of authority, if ye be truthful. And they have invented a kinship between him and the jinns, but the jinns know quite well that they will be brought before him. Glory to Allah! He is free from the things they ascribe to him. Not so do the servants of Allah, the chosen ones. For verily, Neither ye nor those ye worship can lead any into temptation concerning Allah, except such as are themselves going to the blazing fire. Those angels, not one of us but has a place appointed. And we are verily ranged in ranks for service. And we are verily those who declare Allah's glory. And there were those who said, if only we had had before us a message from those of old, we should certainly have been servants of Allah, sincere and devoted. But now that the Qur'an has come, they reject it. But soon will they know. Already has our word been passed before this to our servants sent by us, that they would certainly be assisted and that our forces they surely must conquer. So turn thou away from them for a little while, and watch them how they fare, and they soon shall see how thou farest. Do they wish indeed to hurry on our punishment? But when it descends upon their courtyard before them, evil will be the morning for those who were warned and heeded not. So turn thou away from them for a little while, and watch how they fare, and they soon shall see how thou farest. Glory to thy Lord, the Lord of honour and power. He is free from what they ascribe to him, and peace on the messengers. And praise to Allah, the Lord and Cherisher of the worlds. In the name of Allah,